In the Name of Love. Okay, so the funny thing about In the Name of Love is I actually wrote a song called In the Name of Love 6 years before this In the Name of Love. I loved the title because I love you too. They can't sue me though, because you can't copyright titles, so there you go. I listened to the song that I'd written 6 years ago. Everything was awful except the title. So I wrote it in my phone, and I just was like, I'm just going to put it in my phone. It's a good title to revisit. And then I was in LA when I wrote it. I actually had a session cancelled on me that day. And my publisher texted me and said, you know, Matt Rad is around and Ilse is around. You've all been cancelled on. Why don't you all work together? And so we all were a bit like, oh, we take the day off. But I was the one, actually, who texted everyone and said, I have a good feeling about this day. We should do it. And they still have that text, actually. That's my favorite part of it, and I didn't do that part. At that time, I was having bad luck in the industry. I hadn't had a song out in a while. I was feeling really down. I was pretty broke, to be honest. I was broke. I'd gone from like being very rich to very poor. I was really I was waiting for a moment of inspiration and something that I felt really proud of. And I didn't necessarily think, oh, we're going to write a hit song today. I just thought I have a good feeling that this is just going to be a nice music experience. So when we went in to write the song, the minute that we started talking, because we had a conversation first, which is what I love to do before we write a song, and Ilse was going through something with a person, like, I'm just giving so much to this person, and what would they give to me and what would they do for me? And I was in my head, I wasn't telling her, I was going, yeah, I know what you mean, but I was thinking about music, which is so funny to think about. So then I pulled out the title and I said, why don't we write a song called In the Name of Love? If I told you this was only gonna hurt, if I warned you that the fire's gonna burn, would you walk in? Would you let me do it first? Do it all in the name of love. So that basically just sums up the entire song already in the first verse. It's basically saying, you know, when it gets really hot in the kitchen and it starts getting heavy, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to do in the name of love? Like, are you going to stay? Or, are you going to walk in with me? If I do this, if I jump into this fire, are you going to come and meet me here? And are we going to be in this together? Or am I going to be left out here alone, basically, is the sentiment behind that. Would you let me lead you even when you're blind, in the darkness, in the middle of the night, in the silence, when there's no one by your side, would you call in the name of love? It's scary when you're letting someone lead you in the blind. A lot of people shy away from that and, you know, want to be in control of everything. And I think at that time, I was trying to control everything I did. And if I'm in control of everything, but really, when you let go and you let the universe lead you, like what happened that day, and you go into the blind and you're in the darkness, you know, it's basically saying, when it's not so easy and when love isn't so easy, when life isn't so easy, are you going to call for me? Are you going to need me? Are you going to want me there? Or are you going to be just controlling and not let go, kind of, I think. In the name of love! And then there's that huge chorus, which I'm not going to do 4 times. In the name of love, in the name of love, in the name of love. It's very lyrical. No, I'm joking. We just wanted something huge, anthemic, that everybody could sing. That phrase in itself is so strong that we didn't feel like we needed much else. There was nothing much else to say in that chorus other than just, in the name of love, ooh, that's the bass. I think it's going, it's a hooky part. I think it was great of him because we had our 2 hooks. We had the verses and in the name of love. And then I think Steve James and him adding this amazing other melody, and which we had hinted at actually in our original demo that they kind of messed with, adding this future brace sound. All that did for me is then you got this feeling. It was like, okay, you got the imagery of the words, you got the substance of the lyrics, you've got this big sing-along part, and now you can just, like at Coachella when I watched everybody, they were just like this. Like just then you're in the song, and it almost to me was cinematic. It almost felt to me very cinematic moment So for me, it was just like the moment where you can really just like let everything that we just said sink in and just have a good time. If I told you we could bathe in all the lights, would you rise up, come and meet me in the sky? Would you trust me when you're jumping from the heights? Would you fall in the name of love? One of my favorite lines is, would you trust me when you're jumping from the heights? Would you fall in the name of love? Because I think that's what I was doing at the time. I was jumping into this really difficult music industry away from family and friends. And I think that I was really just needing an answer, like, you know, of whether it was going to work out or not for me. So I think that whole verse for me, again, paints the picture of just how far would you go, how much will you trust, how much will you give up, how much will you sacrifice. When it's madness, when there's poison in your head, when the sadness leaves you broken in your bed, I will hold you in the depths of your despair, 'cause it's all in the name of love. That's the part where, because everything else has been a question so far. If I told you, if I warned you, if I told you we could bathe in all the lights. And this is, finally you hear the person singing, saying, well, when there's madness in your head and when the sadness leaves you broken in your bed, I will hold you. So you get this sense that this person would do all those other things that they've asked the question of throughout the whole song. So you finally get this narrative of this person saying, well, I'll tell you what, I will be there for you. And so that was me reassuring. It was Ilse reassuring the person. It was me reassuring myself that I wasn't going to give up and I was still going to be in music and still doing this and still just, I don't care how broken it gets, I'm going to stay in it. So we were both talking about it from two different perspectives, but they met like so perfectly in the middle. I want to testify, scream in the holy light, you bring me back to life, and it's all in the name of love. I want to testify, scream in the holy light, you bring me back to life, and it's all in the name of love. Twice, just in case you didn't hear us the first time. Well, so we'd gotten up to the second verse, the second chorus, and I knew that and I was having a great day. I was feeling inspired again, and we were like, okay, we need a bridge, and I wanna testify just came out again. It just comes out sometimes. I don't know where from. When I said you bring me back to life, it was me being like, this session is bringing me back to life, which sounds so cheesy, but I was in such a good mood and I was just like, oh, it has to feel like you bring me back to life and it's all in the name of love. And it was just everything to do with what I was feeling at the time. And just to bring the song full circle, it was just kind of saying, you know, I'm gonna be here for you no matter what, and I'm gonna always fall in love and go where the love is, because I'm actually quite like that as a person, and so is Ilse actually, and so is Matt. We're all kind of like, we've all been brokenhearted, we've all been hurt and rejected, but we still put ourselves out there. So I think that that the middle eight kind of says, you know, no matter what you do to me, no matter what happens in life, I'm going to keep putting myself out there for all the love I can get in the world. I haven't really thought about this, to be honest. We were just kind of like, fire sounds good, burn, yeah, burn, it hurts, yeah, go in.